President Moon is on a three-day state visit to Vietnam, the first leg of his seven-day two-nation tour. On this Friday, the South Korean leader held a bilateral summit with his Vietnamese counterpart to boost their country's 25-year-long relationship to a new level. Our chief Blue House correspondent Moon Connyoung is traveling with the president. She joins us live from Hanoi. So, Connyoung, what can you tell us about the president's state visit to Vietnam thus far?
Well, Devin, from a wreath-laying ceremony at the mausoleum of Vietnam's late president and revolutionary communist leader Ho Chi Minh to an official welcome ceremony at Vietnam's presidential palace, South Korean President Moon Jae-in took all the steps appropriate for a state visit, rounding up the last 25 years of diplomatic ties and setting out for a new 25 years of shared future. Well, following a bilateral summit between Presidents Moon and Jae-in, the two adopted a joint declaration for a future-oriented relationship. The two presidents agreed to make joint efforts to achieve $100 billion in trade by 2020. Now, that's 2 years away, while further boosting a mutually beneficial cooperation in the manufacturing sector, especially such as the automobile industry. The two economies have, in recent years, become irreplaceable partners. Vietnam is currently South Korea's biggest trading partner among ASEAN nations, and South Korea is Vietnam's largest investor nation. Devin.
So what's on the South Korean leader's agenda for the rest of the day?
Well, I can tell you he still has quite a long day ahead of him. By the end of this afternoon, the South Korean leader will have met with top Vietnamese officials, including the General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the Prime Minister, as well as the Chairwoman of Vietnam's National Assembly. Now, these guys are important because of the power structure of Vietnam. But President Moon will spend most of his late afternoon meeting businessmen from both South Korea and Vietnam, encouraging more active business and trade relations between the two countries. Another quite interesting agenda on the South Korean president's itinerary, he's expected to play career counselor to South Koreans seeking jobs in Vietnam. That, the presidential office says, is to encourage more young South Korean job seekers to tap into Vietnamese employment market. Devin.